Greetings, Ted Lewis here. What I'd like to do is talk with you about saving money and some of the ideas that I have about saving money. Occasionally I may look down, but that's okay. I'm just referring to my notes so that I can impart the correct information to you to help you save just a little bit more money in the coming year. First thing I'd like to talk about is not succumbing to sales. This is a time when a lot of the stores are unloading a lot of their stock, and sales are very enticing. And one thing that you want to remember is certain things you really don't need, and certain things that you will end up accumulating. And either you're going to have to give it away or not make the purchase, and of course putting that money in your pocket and eventually into your savings. Overspending is another area that we buy. Let me have 2 of those because it's so cheap. Let me have 3 of those because it's so cheap. Be very careful of that. Any money that you can save is to your credit, and needless to say, you'll be able to purchase other things later on. Over tipping. Now, good service should be rewarded without a doubt, but we don't have to over tip. The rule of thumb is usually 10%. I myself like to give 15%. Coupons. Can't say enough about coupons. I was watching this lady at one of the stores here in Boston, and her bill came to $70, $70. And then I saw her reach into her purse, take out another purse, and start putting these paper coupons into the coupon reader. Her bill ended up $28. Now, can you imagine that? $28 from 70? Boy, what a saving. Right into her savings account. Taking advantage of specials. Play, if you like to go to plays, musicals, movies. Every now and then they will have a special, and you can realize a significant savings by going or taking advantage of the specials. So I can't say enough about that. Bus trips. Now, I have become an authority on bus trips. I ride the bus every week to attend school in New York City. I clock on over 500 miles each week. But I've been very blessed in the sense that I have purchased last year 6 round-trip tickets for $14 total. This year I purchased 8 round-trip tickets for $16 total. Now, can you imagine driving from Boston to New York? That's $80 each way, not counting parking and other things. So by taking the bus, I can do it, let's say $30 round trip, walk around, do whatever, get back on the bus, and all it's cost me for transportation is $30. So sometimes taking the bus works. Here's one area I can't say enough about: doing things for free. Now, it's okay to do things, but sometimes people take advantage of you, and it ends up costing you more than you realize. So stop doing things for free and just say I have a charge, or whatever. I mean, if you use electricity, paper, products, whatever you use, someone's got to pay for that. Now, either it's going to be you or the person you're doing it for. Stop doing things for free. The most dangerous word in the dictionary. Payments on time. Boy, making those payments on time allows you not to accrue interest. So making those payments on time One of the things I do for my telephone is by going on the internet and making my payments, I save $5 to $6. $5 to $6 every month is a very significant little piece of change. Think about it. Budgeting. This is a crucial area that you really, really need to think about. Now, what budgeting is creating folders. Now, when I talk about the folders, these are theoretical folders in your account. You can establish these by going to the bank and tell them that you need to subdivide your account into these various folders so that you can move money from your checking or your savings account directly into these folders to set up your budgeting system. And remember, you have to do this. You have to exercise discipline and make sure that you're doing this. Don't play with this. It's for your benefit. And each month you allocate a certain amount of money as you get paid into those folders. Now, guess what happens? When the bill comes to be due, you have the money. You don't have to worry about it. Create those folders. Put the allotted amount. What you do is you take the amount of money owed divided by, let's say, 30 days, or if you get paid weekly, correction. If you get paid weekly, divided by the number of weeks, which would be 5, and that's how much you're putting into those folders each week that you get paid. Create those folders, budget. Can't say enough about it. Well, here's an area that you really have to swallow your pride, so to speak. But think about this. Thrift stores. And I only know. I'm wearing a University of Michigan sweatshirt now that I got from the thrift store. The sweatshirt cost me $4. On certain days they have a discounted day. It was a brand new sweatshirt. So, and they sell everything. Everything is in the thrift store sooner or later. But don't become victimized by it because it's so cheap. You figure I'll get 3 t-shirts, 3 sweatshirts, 3 pair of pants, 3 dresses, whatever, in moderation. Think about the thrift stores. Purchasing things online. Now, if it's purchased in another state, you don't have to pay the taxes in most cases. However, if the business is also located in the state that you live in, you're going to have to pay the tax. So consider where you're making your purchases. Remember, your smartest consumer is an educated consumer. Think about it. Making your purchase in another state to save taxes. The amount of money that you save goes into your savings account. Now, something else I'd like to talk about is the history of the credit card. Wow. It almost brings me to tears to think about how detrimental the credit card has become because of our lack of information, lack of knowledge of the credit card. I came across a documentary on the credit card, and it was frightening, absolutely frightening to realize that there's only 2 places that the credit card is produced. And it's produced that way because they can farm out their laws to every other state. That means you're victimized by it. Please, think about it. Take those credit cards, pay them off, leave them on the side. When you can, close the account. 2 credit cards. Stop being a sucker. You're an educated consumer. Learn everything you can about the credit card, and you'll find your life will be a lot better. The other thing I like to talk about is unnecessary spending, in the sense that something happens where no one else is being good to us, so guess what? We'll be good to ourselves. So we go out, we buy ice cream, we buy sugars, we buy cakes, we buy cookies, we buy a car, whatever. Is it really necessary? You know, one of the things I've noticed, you take like some of the import cars. Import cars. Why are you buying a $40,000 car when a $20,000 car will work just as well? If you add up all your bills and you look at what you've been spending, I think you're going to be shocked. If a $20,000 car will work just as well as a $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 car, why are you overspending? You should be taking that money and putting it into your savings account. Saving for a rainy day, as my mother used to say. Develop a savings scheme. Now, what I mean by a savings scheme is like budgeting, where to draw back, looking at your past, where you've been doing obsessive spending, and was it really necessary? Why are we buying brand new books versus used books? The words don't change in a more expensive book or a newer book. Same words. Why are you doing that? Stop lending money, especially to people who don't pay you back. Stop lending money. You don't have it. Wow. Parking tickets. Do you realize when you receive a parking ticket, if you let it go on, it accumulates? And eventually what was a $20 ticket or a $50 ticket now becomes an $80 ticket? That $30 difference could have been in your pocket, in your savings account. Stop letting those tickets accumulate. Now, one thing that I've noticed, in certain job interviews, they ask you, do you have any parking tickets? And you say, yeah, I got a couple. Well, how long have you had them? Oh, a couple of months. That shows a lack of responsibility. And a lot of people have not gotten jobs because of that. Careful. Learn the rules of the trade. Learn the rules of job interviewing. Stop accumulating parking tickets. Use your watch, the timer on your watch, so you set it so you know just when your meter's going to run out, so you can get back there and put the money in it. Okay? Stop accumulating parking tickets. Moving violations, what they call in Massachusetts a Chapter 90 citation, is something totally different. Now, here's something you need to know. If you receive a moving violation, that increases your penalty on your insurance. You need to know that. A $200 moving violation could take $7,000 to pay it off. Now, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, speak to your insurance agent. And remember, it depends on the points that you have against your insurance. So if you have 5 points already, you get a moving violation, you get 2 more, now you got 7. Everything is based on 7. And then it keeps going up and up and up. Very careful of those moving violations. Appeal them, the mercy of the court, and ask the judge to forgive them. Stop getting those moving violations. Another thing is, we need you. Slow down. The other thing I'd like to talk to you about is a strategy that I had used before I retired from the city. And what I did was, at the time I was in grad school, I wanted to make sure that I had money for tuition. So there was 2 special accounts. They gave me a certain amount of money depending on how much I saved each month. One was a vacation account, which I received a vacation check in May, and the other one was a holiday account, which I received that check in November. But it guaranteed me money. See, I couldn't touch that money until it accrued to the date. So if you can spare that money, I mean, if you did $10 a month, if you did $50 a month, if you did $100 a month, hypothetically speaking, $100 a month, then now we're talking about 12 months, that's $1,000. Or if you could do it even more. Just think about that. Getting a check every 6 months for $4,000. Think about it. Pay off those debts. Now you can do some serious saving. And guess what? When it's snowing, you're in the Bahamas. Think about it. Reckless driving. Wow. Can't say enough about reckless driving. Now, yes, you could get hurt, but I'm talking about the wear and tear on your car. When you're doing reckless driving, speeding, stopping short, you're wearing down the brakes. When you wear down the brakes, guess what? You have to replace them. That's going to cost you $300, $200. Hey, you're lucky. You replace them yourself. Maybe you're not. Now it's going to cost you. Wear and tear on your tires. Can't say enough. Now, when I had my car, I was paying $200 a tire. And need I say any more? Okay? Slow down. Watch how you're driving. Watch the wear and tear. Watch those potholes. Oh, stand by for my videos on the care of your motor vehicle. You got a lot to learn. Now, 2 more to go. The other thing I'd like to talk to you about is light bulbs. Now you say, well, how is light bulbs going to save me some money? Well, those energy efficient light bulbs, they burn at 14 watts, give off 60 watts of light. Wow. Well, let me tell you what I did. By saving money like that and other saving schemes, I was able to pay off my mortgage on my house. And what I did was money that I saved, I paid down the principal. See, your payments are based on your principal, not on a fictitious monthly payment. Be very careful of that. You want to do what you want to do is the money you're saving, and if you have a mortgage, pay down the principal. 2 checks, your mortgage payment and an extra $5, $10 for your principal. The next payment is $10 less. Now you say, well, $10 less? No, it's more than that, because it's the amount of interest times the principal is your payment. Well, have your accountant work that out for you. If I'm not telling the truth, well, get in touch with me and let me know. That's how I paid off my house fast. So with that, I like to say Happy New Year to those that celebrate the new year. To those that don't, the very best to you and yours. The very best to this world. May we come to know peace like we've never known it before. Thank you for listening. And if this has served you and served you well, please let me know. Please refer my YouTube or my Facebook, wherever you saw this, to a friend, to a relative, and help them help themselves. Ted Lewis saying the very best. Thank you. If you've enjoyed this video production, stand by. There's 33 more video productions that are headed your way from various subjects, from proper care of your motor vehicle, appealing parking tickets, motor vehicle violations, any number of things that comes to mind, even how to read fingerprints. So this is from my career, from anywhere from a professional student, police officer. At one point I was in aerospace engineering. Just some things that I thought that would be helpful to you. So stand by. It's coming to you right in your face. Don't touch that dial. Don't touch that dial. Don't turn this off.